So welcome to Heaven on Earth, everyone, where miracles happen every day. And today I want you to be open and willing to create your highest and best better than you could ever imagine. So my name's Karen Polino. I run this beautiful center, and I'm an angel messenger, a hypnotherapist, spiritual teacher, author, and I absolutely love what I do. I'm blessed to be able to do what I do and share this with you. This is probably one of our most popular workshops. We did sell out. I had to turn people away. And I hate doing that. So what I did was I asked Lisa yesterday, and I can't believe it. Lisa is the one that does all my meditation audio CDs, and I record with her in her studio. And I called her on a whim yesterday and said, Lisa, can you come and video the workshop? And I couldn't believe it. She said yes. And then one of my fears is about video, and I'm like, oh God, I've got to face that one. So, and it is one of my challenges. It's one of my intentions in 2012 is to be able to put more video out there because people really connect with video. So I started doing it the other day in an email. We're doing the 40-day journey starting Wednesday, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. And I said I was going to do video in it. And then I called Lisa and I said, oh God, I was up during the night and I said, I have to do video tomorrow. But it's just one of those things that once you challenge, and I'm going to ask many of you to challenge some of the things you're holding on to in fear or in emotions that don't serve you, I'm going to ask you to let go today. So I'm doing this for myself today, and I know it's a step for me to move forward into my magnificence. I recreated my vision statement this year, and my vision statement is to invite people to heal and remember their divine magnificence. And that's what you're going to do today. And all I need from you is really to be open and willing to experience whatever your highest and best is today, better than you could ever imagine. And I'm going to explain that intention before I begin going through the whole process of what we're going to create today. Many that know me, and there are many in the room that know me, know the mantra that I have at the beginning of every meditation, every class, every teleseminar. I ask everyone to be open and willing for their highest and best, and the highest and best of all, better than they could ever imagine. What does that mean? That means that to create what you want in your life, this workshop is called Manifesting Your Best Year Yet with the Help of the Angels. And so in order to do that, you have to be open and willing to let go of what no longer serves you, but also to realize your true potential, your divine magnificence, how much help is out there for you, how much power you have in you to manifest and create what you really want in your life. Part of that, or all of that, is part of your natural divine birthright, your divine magnificence to create and manifest. Now, when I ask you to be open and willing, that's all I need. I just need a little bit of a doorway open for you to say, well, I'm open and willing to know what my life purpose is. And if you're open and willing, between my help, between your soul's help, between all your angels and guides, between all the earth angels that walk in your life, you're going to receive what you need to create that life purpose. Now, if you come in here, and I'm going to use, I'm a hypnotist too, so I do hypnosis for weight loss. So I'm going to use that as an example. How many walked into the new year and said, I want to lose weight this year? Okay? It's huge for the new year, okay? So when I do hypnosis for weight loss, and recently at the beginning of November, I decided to do it for myself. I was feeling uncomfortable in my clothes. I went to a hypnotist that I heard was very good, and I decided that I was going to use hypnosis for myself. I'm doing it for everybody else. Why not use it for myself? I know how powerful it is, and I also got off all sugar and carbs, okay? Now, that takes, how many have ever tried that? That takes a lot of effort, okay? Because how many people emotionally eat in the room, okay? Okay. So when I did it, I said, I really want this. I really want this more than I want the cake or the pie during the holidays. When you have a desire, when you have a motivation, and you're open and willing to discover through the power within you and around you to create it, then all of a sudden everything starts lining up. But if you go in for hypnosis for weight loss and you're like, you know what, I want this, but I'm not giving up any fatty foods. I'm just not doing it. I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't want to be controlled. I'm not going to do that, okay? You have free will and free choice. And guess what? You won't do it no matter how much I hypnotize you. So you have to have a desire being here. You have to be open and willing to really want something in your life, even if you're scared. How many times do you want something in your life? And for me, I'll give a perfect example. I really want to expand my speaking, my teaching, nationally and internationally. Now, my books have gone national and international, but my passion is to speak. So that's what I really want. Well, you know what? In order to do that, video and being open to video is part of it. So I have to, if I really want that, I have to face that uncomfortableness or that fear of doing video. Many have something in their mind that they really want to create or manifest in 2012. I hope everyone raises their hands, okay? The biggest things you have to do is really want it. How many stop that wanting because they can't figure out how it's ever going to happen? Okay? Now that's why I feel the power in what I teach and what I do, because we're working with the angelic realm. We're working with the divine. Why wouldn't they want to help us? So we're going to incorporate not only your desires and your intentions, but we're also going to call on this big spiritual team, these divine helpers who are all around us. When I went walking this morning, I said, show me what I need to know. And all of a sudden I saw the room filled with divine spiritual helpers, loved ones in spirit. So I know you have more than enough help around you. My job is to help you believe that and to ask for help. I want you to dream big today. I want you to own your divine magnificence. I want you to stop thinking small. And what does that mean? It means each of you, every single one of you, own a greatness inside of you. You have potential that's beyond you could ever imagine. If I could have told you where I would be right here, right now, I would have said, you are crazy, okay? I would have never thought I was going to be an angel messenger. I would have never thought that 2 books would be national, international. I would have never thought that I'd have 3 books in general. If you had told my parents I was going to be a writer and author, they would have said, she sucked in English. Okay? They would have never, ever believed that that was possible. But my passion was connecting with the divine. I wanted to communicate with the angels. I wanted to see people's true essence. I wanted it so much that I kept going, even though it was scary at times. I could have never imagined that 90 people would be sitting in this beautiful center that didn't have a for lease sign, didn't have any inkling that it was available, but the divine sent me here to check it out. And my sister in spirit, she was involved with that too. And that came about, and I thought about this as I was walking and thinking about how can I serve and help everybody for their highest and greatest good today. And I thought back when I worked with a spiritual coach, when somebody helped me and they said to me, Karen, if you could have it all, what would you want? And I could not say anything, nothing came out of my mouth. And I had to sit for a week saying, why couldn't I answer that? Why couldn't even anything come to me? And no matter how much work I had done, when I was looking for this center, trying to find a space, and ask Louis, it was like a 9-month process. I would call him sometimes, I'll never forget that somebody took me to the back of underground place next to a recycling place, and they said, I think I've got the spot for you. It was dark, dungy, and all I could smell was beer from next door. I called him in the car on the way home. I said, I'm never going to find it. I was so crushed. I thought, why can't I find this space for people to come? I know my intention is pure. Why can't I find it? And the spiritual counselor asked me, Karen, well, what if you could have it all? I said, and so I sat with that for a week and I said, why can't? And I didn't feel worthy and deserving of having it all. I didn't think I was good enough to have it all. How many of you struggle with that? Okay, this is a huge core issue for people. We don't think we're good enough. We don't think we're worthy and deserving, or we don't believe because of all the programming we have. Well, there's not enough for everybody. You can't have it. Okay, so there's all these programs in our thoughts, in our mind, in our belief system that we have to take our power back and overcome. That is part of this workshop today. I want you to let go of your smallness. I want you to let go of that unworthiness, that low self-esteem, that you can't have it, that you don't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. Because if you were talking to me, would you say to me, of course you deserve it. You work hard, right? Wouldn't you just, how many times do you say something to somebody else that you've got to hear for yourself? Today's really letting go of the fear, the smallness, everything that holds you back. And I'm telling you, I am teaching you from experience. Even though I'm up here speaking, do you know, 25 years ago, I used to be in the business world and I couldn't walk in a meeting, I couldn't get up in front of a group of people without stuttering, sweating, feeling like I was gonna pass out. And I had to overcome that fear. I had to take Dale Carnegie. I had to talk in the mirror. I had to do all those different things to be able to do what I'm doing today. So it's not like, some things I have to say I can manifest and snap my fingers, which I love when that happens. But there are many, many things I've had to work very hard at to overcome. Today's a perfect example with video. It's just another step. So I'm never going to fool anybody on the spiritual path. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to feel uncomfortable. You're going to have to face the fear and do it anyways. You're going to have to read your spiritual books. You're going to have to take your classes. You're going to have to ask for help. But you know what? It is a fabulous, amazing, incredible journey. And I know how to manifest. Rita Berkowitz, she calls me the master manifester. I do know how to manifest, okay? And the reason I know how to manifest is, one, I've played with it for so many years. I believe in it, and I know how to do it, and I know how to teach it. Louis is, well, now we're married. We got married this summer. And Louis was once a wish list. Doesn't he look like it? Actually, he fit it perfectly, though. Louis was once a wish list, and I gave that wish list to my angels. I asked for a soul partner that was in my highest and greatest good. And I created such a list, like you're going to create today. And I gave it to the angels. I gave it up. And it's been almost 10 years now. Okay? So I feel so blessed. Louis and I put together 2 years ago a wish list for our house. And we checked off every single thing on that list. Remember, we did it on vacation? And we're living in that house right now. I did a wish list for my business, and I do it every year. Thursday, I'm meeting with another spiritual partner that has a business, and we create and put our intentions together every year for our business, also for our well-being. My sister, I have to tell you this funny story, because I'm working on manifesting my ideal body weight right now. Because that was probably the only uncomfortable or not balanced place I felt in my being. So I decided that that was the next step. So my sister came from St. Louis. Now my sister, she's called me the woo-woo girl for many years, right? But ask Louie, is she transforming? And she'll call me, you're not gonna believe, I manifested this. I'm like, oh my God. Louie said to me over Christmas, wow, she's come a long way. So she came to visit, and she was in my bedroom, and I put the, you know how you cut out pictures? So I put my head on this great physical body, great legs, great arms. She's like, what is that? And it's on my altar, right? She's like, what is that? I said, that's me. She goes, Karen, you've got to be kidding me. That's going a little too far. But that has been on my altar for like 6 months now. It took me a while to even get to the point where I was doing it. And I keep looking at it today, I said, I am doing this. But that is a visual imprint that is creating the desire, is making my choices, is helping me to become one with what I really want. So I've got to tell you, I've been doing this for years and years and years. And when I thought about it this morning, we've been teaching these retreats. How many people have come to our retreats in the room? Okay. And oh my God, they're amazing. So if you ever get a chance. But one, I said to myself this morning, I was walking, as I said to myself, I said, you know, this is something that I've been teaching for so many years now, and I teach it, I didn't realize how I teach it in every aspect of what I do. And that this workshop like brings it all together, and I think that's why it's so powerful and it draws so many people to it, is because it takes everything. So when we do our retreats, we always use the power of a labyrinth. Has anybody seen a labyrinth? How many people know what a labyrinth is? Okay, it really is, the whole principle in a labyrinth is it represents, it's called a sacred walk. And this is actually, they create it in the grounds of places. Some people create it out of stone, like Glastonbury Abbey where we do ours, it's out of stone. We did one in Glastonbury, England that was in a whole hill and was drawn in a hill. Some people do them in their yards, but they've been in churches for centuries, okay? And people have walked them as a sacred walk. What you do is you enter the labyrinth and you keep walking around the labyrinth. And when you walk into the labyrinth, because this is the center where the flower is, when you walk into the labyrinth, you let go of what no longer serves you. That's what you're going to be doing in the beginning of the workshop today. You let go. You get in touch. What in 2011, what was the heaviest thing I was carrying? What was the hardest struggle? Okay? Because in a new year, this is the most amazing opportunity for you to do a life review and to make choices and to use your free will and free choice to say, you know what? This no longer serves me. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay? And have you ever noticed, and I was one of those people who got divorced